The Siege of Lydenburg was a siege carried out by the Boer Republic of Transvaal on Lydenburg, modern-day South Africa, between January and March 1881 during the First Boer War. Despite fierce British resistance, the town fell to the Boers following British defeat during the First Boer War. The siege lasted 84 days. Background: Lydenburg was controlled by the full-force 94th Regiment. On 5 December 1880, most of the regiment was withdrawn, under Lieutenant Colonel Anstruther. Less than 100 British forces were left to defend the city, under the command of 2nd Lieutenant Walter Long, son of the British politician with the same name. On 20 December 1880, 6 officers and 246 men of the 94th Regiment, along with 12 men of the Army Service Corps and 4 men of the Army Hospital Corps, were attacked by 250 Boers at Bronkhorstspruit whilst marching from Lydenburg to Pretoria. They suffered 156 casualties. This began the First Boer War. Preparations. Following the outbreak of the war, Long received orders from Pretoria to defend Lydenburg. Long acted by building a fort and constructing stone walls around it to improve defenses. The fort is known as Fort Mary, consisted of 8 thatched huts connected by stone walls. Fort Mary provided cover for British forces and would allow Long to successfully fight off the Boers for 3 months. The British stored 200,000 rounds of ammunition, left behind by the main force of the 94th Regiment under Anstruther, in preparation for a Boer siege. The British had at their disposal 3 months' supply of meat, 18 months' supply flour for bread making, and supplies of groceries and vegetables, in order to survive the siege. On 23 December 1880, Dietrich Müller entered Lydenburg and informed Long that his government had demanded the immediate surrender of Lydenburg. Long refused to capitulate, and the Boers prepared to besiege. Commandos took positions 2 miles away from the road to Middelburg on 3 January 1881 and then advanced on Lydenburg on the 6th. Over 200 burghers breached the town and proclaimed their allegiance to the South African Republic, again requesting Long to surrender. Long refused, and the Boer contingent grew to about 500 men. As the Boers advanced through Lydenburg, they neared Fort Mary, and opened fire at 230 meters. The garrison was not harmed, despite sporadic firing for 3 hours. 2 days later, on the 8th of December, a cannon was brought to bear, which also failed to impress the fort or inflict any casualties on Long's men. However, a second gun brought later damaged Fort Mary's defenses. On 23 January 1881, the garrison discovered a low water supply. Water was temporarily rationed until rainfall on 8 February brought relief. On 4 March 1881, Boers successfully set fire to the thatched roofs of Fort Mary. British forces managed to put out the fire in 20 minutes, but came under heavy Boer fire whilst doing so. On 10 March, 2 Boers entered Lydenburg with a letter from Alfred Aylward, offering favourable terms of surrender to the British. Aylward stated Long should surrender due to the small size of his army and as there were no British troops in South Africa close to Lydenburg available to relieve the siege. Long replied that he would not surrender as long as he had men at his disposal or was told otherwise. On 23 March, Boers again entered Lydenburg, informing Long of the death of Major General George Colley at Majuba Hill, and requesting British surrender. Still, the siege continued until 30 March 1881, when Lieutenant Baker, from the 60th Regiment, agreed to peace terms with the Boers. The siege lasted for 84 days. Aftermath. Following the capture of Lydenburg and other British forts in Transvaal, the South African Republic regained independence and control over its territories. British forces would again enter Lydenburg during the Second Boer War.